Jacobs.
And good morning. This morning we have the opportunity to talk with Sheldon Stewart of HutchCC. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
So, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you.
It's been a long time.
It's been a while, a minute or two,
It's
right?
been a drink or two.
Yeah.
What's your official, before we get started into the program, what's your official position out there?
All right. Yeah. So my position is, we call them department chairs. So a department, we have 5 departments at the college that oversee the various educational programs we have. So I'm over the agriculture and industrial technology programs, and they call me a department chair.
So you're basically out at the South Campus.
I have programs out the South Campus. I office at the main campus, but I have programs that I oversee out there. Yeah.
All right. The reason we brought you in, the reason I had you come in, and it's been a while. I've been trying to do this for since I talked to Dr. Paramore at the beginning of August, and here we are. We're almost toward the end. It's the John Deere program, because that is a fascinating program. It's the second one in the state.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about it.
Yes. So this has been a project of Hutch Community College for a while. When I came into this position 3 years ago, it was more or less put on my plate to try and get going. So it's a partnership with Prairie Land Partners and AgriVision Equipment. They have 35 dealerships throughout Kansas, Nebraska, and Iowa. And the partnership basically is students will complete our program here simultaneously with John Deere service technician classes. And once they complete the 2 years of the program, they will come out with an Associate of Applied Science from Hutchinson Community College, and they will be certified as service technicians for John Deere and Prairie Land Partners AgriVision.
So my question is, how is this different from the current or existing diesel program?
Yeah, great question. So our current program is a 1-year program. Students would complete it in 1 year, get the foundational education, and then be ready for the workforce. Go back to the family farm, go work in the industry somewhere. The John Deere program is our 2-year program. So the first year of the program, a student that's in the John Deere Prairie Land Partners program, they will complete our curriculum, or what we call the traditional curriculum. Entering the second year of the program, it's going to be John Deere specific training. They'll be working on John Deere equipment, learning that technology.
So from what I understand, Prairie Land is actually building a facility there on South 61, or right there where their dealership is?
Yes, that's correct. They're adding on to their existing dealership there. US 50 K61 junction there. So
so the students will complete the class. The first year classwork will be at the South Campus down by Yoder.
Yes.
And then the second year, all the classes will be there at Prairie Land?
Yes, that's correct. They're going to be working, they'll have the ability, the students will have the ability to work side by side with a service technician, either out in the field on a service call, or they're in the shop. So it's a hands-on program. Completely hands-on.
So this is one of those where it's basically sounds like a 1-year internship.
You could call it that, absolutely. There's some incentives that Prairie Land has given the students. They have the ability to work part-time with a dealership. A dealership has to sponsor the student. So the Hutchinson Prairie Land Partners dealership has to pick a student, sponsor them, and send them through the program. And any dealership can do that. But they have a 2-year. The student would have a 2-year commitment after completing the college education, a 2-year commitment with that dealership to work for.
If it's a student from up by Concordia that wants to do this, they can go to the dealership there and say, "Hey, would you sponsor me?" Or how does that sponsorship process work?
That's one way they could do that. Walk into the dealership, say, "I'm interested," and basically that dealership would then treat them as an employee, an applicant for a job, interview them. And then the dealership would contact us, say, "Hey, we've got a student that's able or ready for the program." Or they could contact me at the college, or contact the college. A student could, saying, "Hey, I'm interested in the program."
So once that happens, let's say if they go that route, once that happens, then you have to present that student to Prairie Land and say, "Hey, I've got a student who's interested."
That is correct. Yes, I'd give him my 25-cent speech. Basically, that says a store has to sponsor you, and these are the locations. What would you be interested in? And a student could pick a location.
So if a location sponsors that student, once they've completed the program, they have to spend the 2 years there.
That is correct. Yes.
So it has to be at that particular location. So it's not like once they get their certification, they can just walk out and pick and choose. They have to commit to Concordia or Salina or wherever it happens to be.
Yes, that's correct.
All right. So we're talking with Sheldon Stewart. He is the Dean of Ag Services out at Hutch Community College.
You can say that, yes.
Can I say that?
You can say that,
And
sure.
we'll be back with more right after this. And we're back. We're talking with Sheldon Stewart. He is the department chair for the Ag Services out at Hutch Community College. Question I always want to ask is, how did Prairie Land pick you guys? Did John Deere help them select it, or did just Prairie Land say, we want to work with you?
Yeah. We have, in our technical programs, we have what's called advisory boards. So those are industry folks from the area that come in and help us at the college determine the direction the education, the curriculum needs to go. So for the Ag Diesel program, there's been a couple of advisory board members that were with Prairie Land, and they saw this opportunity way back when. We're talking several years back. They saw that the type of education or the curriculum that we provide, and so they determined back then that they wanted to get this ball rolling, and it just took some time to get going.
It takes time to cross those T's and dot those I's.
Yeah, very much so.
So what excites the college the most about this program?
Well, I think probably the biggest thing is being a premier 2-year education organization in Kansas here. We get to partner with one of the top, if not the top, agriculture equipment businesses around, and I think probably what's exciting for me is once these students get finished with their 2 years, they're ready to hit the floor or the ground, if you will, and go to work. And that's going to keep our farmers moving, right? I like to eat. I like to have corn on my table and meat on my plate, right? So I want to keep those the farm machinery moving, and I think this is good. Definitely going to help in South Central Kansas, if not even regionally.
So how is this program going to strengthen ties between HutchCC and the agricultural community?
Well, I would hope that the agriculture community sees us as being a stakeholder in what they do, in the agriculture community, and hopefully we're providing them with providing the agriculture community with students that can come out and solve the problems and get them back on the field to get things going.
So looking forward, where do you see this program within 5 to 10 years?
I see it. We've got EV technology already here, right? Electric vehicle technology. I understand we've got battery-operated combines and tractors that are coming down the way. We've got automation, autonomous equipment that are out there. So that's where I see this program. We're going to expand. We're going to have to expand the curriculum in order to help teach these students how to work on automated tractors, how to work on the electrical vehicles, things like that.
When I first saw this program introduced, I saw a statement somewhere where it said Prairie Land and AgriVision wants to increase their workforce by 25%. Is that part of the reasoning behind this program now?
That is part of the reason behind this. What Prairie Land AgriVision has told us is they need to train. They need to get these folks trained, and they don't have the facility or the manpower to do that because they're at capacity already. Their training facility up in Nebraska, they're at capacity, can't take on any more students. AgriVision started a partnership like this up in Iowa with Dordt University, so that would be our sister college, if you will. They've got a program rolling out as well. It's a demand that they see, and hopefully we can fill that demand.
So what kind of long-term career opportunities does this program provide the student that's out of high school and just entering?
A student coming into this program, Prairie Land Partners and AgriVision are providing some really good incentives financially for a student. So a student's going to come out of this 2-year program with a certification in John Deere service technician, college degree. They're going to be little to no debt due to the financial incentives. They're going to have a career, already have a job when they get out. That's going to be that pays very well for this area, and like I said, agriculture is not going away, so they can have a very long, sustainable career as a technician and promote within the company if they see.
So this training, basically, this is once they are complete and they walk out of the program, they are ready to go.
They are ready to go.
So it's one of those deals where this is another one of those 4-year school alternatives that we have talked about in the past because the way of education has changed.
Yes.
So, Sheldon, I appreciate your time this morning. We've been
Absolutely.
talking with Sheldon Stewart. He is the department chair for the South Campus at Hutch Community College. Thank you very much for taking time out of your busy morning and stop by.
Absolutely.
We'll be back
Thank
with
you.
more of BW News right after this.